she comes. Oh, she's so cute. Are you ready? Oh my goodness. So this is Alice. And Alice is a little tiny baby Virginia opossum. This is a Texas native species, like I said before, and it's the only marsupial species seen in the United States. There are many, many different species of marsupial. Most of them live in Australasia or Australia, right? And there are some in Central and South America. But as far as the United States, there's only one species, and it's the Virginia opossum. I think she's acting hungry, so I'm actually going to offer her a little bit of food. Her food is really messy, so hopefully it doesn't spill everywhere. Would you like some food? So here's a whole bunch of things for her to eat. Mostly it's going to be dog formula, puppy formula, or puppy milk replacer. And then there's also some delicious canned dog food, some egg, which is raw, as well as, make sure you can see her, as well as she's eating cereal, so cute, as well as, what else do I have in there? A little bit of banana, I believe, and a little bit of strawberry baby food. That's human strawberry baby food. But at this age, she does need still to have a little bit of formula, so I'm just mixing it with the food, and she's been doing very well just eating it like this. They don't really have to nurse at this age anymore, so let's start all over. With opossums, they are marsupials. And marsupials are born extremely underdeveloped. Now for them, that's very normal. They're born about the size of a gummy bear or like a jelly bean size. They're completely helpless. Mom will help them get to her pouch because marsupials have a pouch for the most part. I think there's a couple of exceptions of marsupials that don't have a pouch, but that's what they're known for, is storing their babies away in the pouch. They have an extremely short pregnancy for this species and most marsupial species. With opossums, they are marsupials. And marsupials are born extremely underdeveloped. Now for them, that's very normal. They're born about the size of a gummy bear or like a jelly bean size. They're completely helpless. Mom will help them get to her pouch because marsupials have a pouch for the most part. I think there's a couple of exceptions of marsupials that don't have a pouch, but that's what they're known for, is storing their babies away in the pouch. They have an extremely short pregnancy for this species and most marsupial species. Where are you going? Maybe she just wants to be held for a little bit. Was that enough of a snack? She's looking right at my face. So something I have kind of learned about babies is they do kind of like to explore your face and smell you and things because they see you, if you're raising them, they see you as their mother. And at this age, she would be clinging to mom, which is why she's really good at hanging on to my hand. But she's awfully cute just the way she is. Hi, sweet Alice. Everybody loves you, I'm sure. She looks awfully cute. So these guys are born no bigger than a little gummy bear. They're hairless, they can't see, they can't hear, they can smell, and they can taste. That's about it, and feel, right? So they can't hear or see. Super cute. Don't nibble on my fingers, that's not food. Oh my gosh, look how cute she is, you guys. I'm so in love. Look at her cute eyes. So when they, sorry, sorry, girly. So the movements and everything are very new to them. So they're quite helpless and vulnerable at this age still. So having those instincts to hide away and get away from movement and danger, they're also nocturnal, kind of like our hedgehogs. So a lot of times they feel more comfortable in the night, but she's just getting used to the lights. I think she's doing really well, actually. She looks more curious than anything. You can see how clingy she is to my hand, but she also has hands too. She not only has hands on her front limbs, where most hands are, right? She also has hands on her feet, so little feet hands. They even have thumb-like appendages too. They're not as good as using their hands like humans, but they can definitely climb onto things. That's what they're designed for at this age. And they have thumb-like appendages, or digits, I should say, not really appendages, thumb-like digits on their rear feet as well. So she can grab on fully with her rear feet and front feet. And they even have a prehensile tail, which can help them balance as well as use as kind of like a fifth limb too. Isn't that cool? See her prehensile tail? Now it is a myth that they hang from the tail. They can't really do that, but they can of course use it just like this to climb on and get more balance. You got it? You got it. I believe in you. You're doing great. And then after around 3 to 4 months, usually 3 months, but maybe a little later, depending on the individuals and how clingy they are to mom, how much of a mama's girl or boy they are, right? They will start to fall off of mom's back little by little. And hopefully they're a little older because then they can survive on their own after that. So they are away from mom around 4 months old or less sometimes. Isn't that crazy? So they can be on their own very quickly. They're not nearly full grown when they're on their own. They're like little teen possums. opossum, excuse me. By the way, the word opossum is how you pronounce this species. That's a little yawn. They are an opossum. Opossums are from the Americas. So North America, of course, and South America, those are opossums. And then possums are actually the old world version. Let's see if she wants some more food. She's acting very curious about the smell. Would you like some more? Oh, yes. I think that's a yes. She's like, I forgot I had a big plate of food. Now, their vision isn't the best. They have great big black eyes. And they can see. You can see how she's responding to movement a lot when I move. But their vision isn't the best. So a lot of times, if I show her the food, she's like, what is that? And then all of a sudden she'll smell the food, which is their best sense, is their sense of smell. And then she realizes what it is, and she's like happy to eat it after that. Hello. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? A lot of people don't really care for opossums. I don't know why. I think they're awesome. Their name literally rhymes with awesome. Awesome, opossum. Did I mention possums are old world, like Australia, for example? Opossums are new world. I don't know if I finished my sentence because I was so very distracted by our adorable opossum here. But a lot of people aren't really fond of opossum because they think they might be dirty, dangerous, maybe like not helpful or related to rodents. Now, rodents, of course, have their own place in nature too. Rodents are very important too. When kept in check, rodents are a healthy part of the ecosystem too, like rats and mice. Now, we do need, of course, predators to keep those animals in check, or else we get too many of them, and then diseases and parasites can be a bad thing that happens. But with opossums, they're not rodents at all. So they are totally out of the category of being a rodent. They don't tend to carry rabies. It is actually a myth that they can't carry rabies, but it's so very rare that it pretty much is not true. They don't have as many receptors in their body, nor do they have a hot body temperature. They have a pretty cold body temperature. So typically diseases don't harbor well in their body. Also, my least favorite thing about opossums, they don't live very long. So opossums in the wild live anywhere from 1 to maybe 2.5 years at the most. They grow very fast, like I think I already talked about, right? When they get away from mom really early in life, they grow fast and furious, and they tend to live a very short life expectancy. It's always a good idea never to handle wildlife if you're not a professional, right? That's something that we talk about almost every single time. You gotta show your good side, sweetheart. Everybody wants to see your pretty face, although your tail is awfully cute too. And your feet. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They like to kind of stare at your nose and smell you because they're smell-based. So I'm letting her smell my face. But we recommend, please don't pick up an opossum in the wild and let them smell your face. They are not going to be happy to see you. This takes a lot of work to habituate them to humans. And where we got these guys was from a special rehabber that actually selected the best opossums that she was able to rescue for our programs. They really don't have the inclination to be aggressive. They're very passive animals. If you see an opossum in your own backyard, they will usually freeze and try to open their mouth and look scary and maybe hiss at you, but they're never going to like run at you and attack you. She thinks my finger is food, so let's give her real food instead of finger food. Would you like some more? You keep eating and then changing your mind, so why don't you have some? This is an awfully large bowl for her, but it's really not a very big bowl at all. This is what they've been used to eating out of, so I figured I would just keep it the same. Well, I'll let her, let's just see what happens, you guys. Want to get down? You're acting hungry, but you're not understanding where the food is. She's still learning. She's still a very young opossum, right? I bet you guys have never seen one so small. You can see how tiny she is. So very cute. Like a little mouse. But they're not, right? They're not rodents. They're in the marsupial family. So they're more closely related to koalas than rodents. She's looking for food and she smells it, which is kind of cute. She's like, I don't know what to do. But they will eat, eggs. They'll eat bugs. They'll eat dead animals that nobody else wants to touch or eat besides vultures and things. They'll eat all sorts of plants that a lot of animals can't eat and rotten things that a lot of animals can't eat. She really is acting like she wants to eat. But I'm going to set her down actually and show you the other one. And isn't she great? And then opossums will eat, like I said, carrion or dead animals. So that helps to eliminate diseases. And they'll eat a ton of bugs. So they'll eat roaches, flies, mosquitoes if they're on their body. And they'll even eat ticks off of their own body too. Since they're kind of low to the ground and they lumber along, especially as an adult opossum, young opossums climb very well and cling to mom's fur very well and can climb a little bit a little bit here and there of fences and small trees and things and bushes, of course. But the older the opossum, the bigger they get, just like any animal, and they will contract a lot of, or well, they'll gather a lot of ticks on their body. But guess what? They'll just eat the ticks right off of their body. And since they don't typically get a lot of diseases like other animals do, they are they're okay to have some ticks, and they just eat them right off of themselves. It's a free meal, and they are known to eat so very many ticks to help us out. So this is Cooper, you guys. Cooper is a male Virginia opossum. Make sure he's in focus. Look at his adorable little face. Alice should look like this in just a little while, maybe another few weeks. And he usually calms right down as soon as he realizes he's okay. Again, their natural instinct is to be a little bit nervous because they have a lot of predators at this age too, even this size. Look at his adorable little face and ears and eyes, and everything about him is adorable, I think. So this is Cooper, you guys. He's obviously older than Alice. Let's see if he would want a snack. Would you like a snack? Yum. He seems to be the best eater. But again, this is his first time doing a program in front of the cameras and things and all the lights. There he goes. See that great big mouth they have? And make sure you can see him there. There we go. How cute. So typically with opossum training, in my experience, at least with older opossums, I've worked with young ones, but not quite this young, all by myself, training them. He's doing great though. Typically, as soon as they find something they really like to eat, which is almost everything, right? Some opossums have a lot of preference on what they eat, but as soon as they realize they're okay and they can get a snack, they typically do calm down. The nice thing about opossums, and this is not an insult to them, is they're so primitive, so they're not the smartest. That actually kind of makes it a little easier sometimes to train animal, as long as you find something that's motivating to them. Even if they're kind of, let's just say simple. They're not problem solvers. And that's another thing about them, is they're not out to hurt anybody in the wild. They definitely are only there to do their job, which is a great service for us, right? Eating lots of leftovers from other animals like carrion and even like garbage that we leave around. And that's where they tend to get in trouble. Another thing about opossums is they get blamed for a lot of messes that other animals actually create, like raccoons. Nothing wrong with raccoons either. They have their place in the ecosystem too, and they're fantastic. But raccoons have the strength and the brains to be able to like knock over trash cans and lift lids and things like that. Opossums are not really strong enough to like lift heavy lids of trash cans or knock them over. So what happens a lot of times is that a raccoon or a bigger animal like a dog or something will come by and knock over people's trash in their yard, and then the poor little opossum comes along after the fact, after everybody else has left, and is just there to clean it up and says, yay, free food, I get a free snack, and then they get blamed for the mess. And that's not really fair. They're also not as fast as some of those other animals, so they can't get away from the scene as quickly. You're a superstar now. You're the luckiest opossum ever. But they are so adaptable to different situations. They live all over the US, so they can adapt to cold weather, warm weather, and all sorts of things. See his tail? Oh my gosh, he's so cute, like a chameleon tail, almost, with their prehensile tail. And they can eat almost anything they want, whether it be live or dead. They are a little bit of a predator too. They can eat little birds too. They eat eggs. There's almost nothing they can't eat. Well, I think he did a great job. I'm gonna let him rest and go get snacks over here in his little travel enclosure, like we always provide our animals on shows, right? And I'll just let them snack next to me. Yes, so Alice and Cooper did a fantastic job. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. I think that's a great stopping point. I hope you learned something. I hope you, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I hope you would like to subscribe. That would help us out a lot. That's a free way to help us out. But if you would like to support Alice and Cooper and all of our other animals, here at Once in a Wild, we do have a mobile zoo, which brings the zoo to you, your classroom, your party, your event, and all sorts of education opportunities and animal therapy too, and virtually as well to the entire world. If you have internet, you guys can book your own animal encounter. That helps us out quite a bit. Please book soon if you have a date in mind, because we are filling up, especially our weekends, very quickly, and our weeks with classroom programs. So please let me know as soon as you know your date that you have in mind, or if you're interested in any animal at all that we have. Check out onceinawild.com for more information. And if you've enjoyed the show, please subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as follow us on Facebook if you have Facebook, and our other social media, including Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Say goodbye to your adoring fans. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.